So just got back from the Treasures book sale at the Toronto Reference Library and did some damage. There, we got some vintagey, pulpy paperbacks. We got something on women writers. We got a classic. And my sister did some damage too. There, I talked her into getting some, I recommended some books to her. We all know my favorite, Pieces of Her by Karen Slaughter. My absolute favorite, The Forgotten Garden by Kate Morton. And she's got some Jim Patterson, Julia Quinn, Lisa Kleypas, Julie Garwood, The Queen, Steve Barry, and she got a book on learning to play guitar for the kiddies. And she got this vintagey paperback, which is she just got it for the title, because that's hysterical. So, oh, and we got Dean Koontz over here, The Bad Place. So, yeah. Did some damage. A very fun morning. Your bookshelves here.
Oh, do you want to read Lone Star again? Because I just absolutely...
Oh, it was so good.
Wasn't it so good? Oh, I love it so much.
So good. And those three are mine. I won't get any.
There's another.
I won't get any.
Let me go this way.
Pictures. Clan Lads. The audio for that is hysterical.
Yes, it is.
Waypoints I haven't read yet.
I haven't read that one yet either. So that's one of my. This is all my like.
This is like your Outlander. Oh no, this is Outlander Supernatural.
This is my fun.
Okay.
Fun stuff. I don't know. These should not be
and
here.
That's your little another Outlander shelf. The Outlander Kitchen.
Yep.
I don't remember that you got that.
Yep. We got it as a gift. Awesome gift.
Lone Star. That was such a good book.
So I love it.
Oh. Okay.
I'm going to be returning these. I can't get into them.
She's talking about Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Love the show. Can't get into the books.
Cannot get into the books.
Oh, and these are also mine.
Yes.
Why do you have 3 copies of?
I think one's for
The Secret. Oh, okay.
I think.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Outlander. I thought this said I thought this said the Dog's Encyclopedia.
No. Okay, so this is more like the nitty gritty.
The nitty gritty. Oh.
Yeah. Oh yes, those are your blood vows, which I've already read those obviously, but I've got to like read that one.
Oh yeah.
I read all of these ones. Still got to read these ones.
4 Winds of Heaven. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was an old one you did.
Yeah,
that was like one of your first.
That one's mine.
When you go back to read it, you can see how much your writing's developed.
Yes. Yes. Oh, sorry.
No.
I don't even have that.
Yeah. And then these ones I still have to read.
Yeah. Oh, The Nightingale. Oh my God, that one's so good. The Stand. I have that one.
Well, from Blood and Ash was the first one, so I have to read
the
second one, which is that one. So I've already Blood and Ash. That's the second one.
Oh, you already have the second one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've got to read that.
And your Supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
Twilight. For all the Twilights.
Those were good.
Those were good?
Yeah, you can't. Don't at me for it.
Yeah.
I like them. Leave me alone.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Kind of the K-Bear. I liked the first one. Second one was okay. Third one.
Is this the first one?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I hear that one's really good.
Yeah, it is really good.
To read, like,
David Balducci. I
all
keep
of these
hearing about
ones.
him. Have you read him
Nope.
yet? No?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
These are more like
Non-fiction-y?
the priority list. This is the one that I was telling you about with the teacher.
Ah.
Yeah.
Life greatest lessons.
Yeah.
That sounds like it's sad.
Yeah. You know me. I love all the sad stuff, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
No, I do not.
And there's
Just Green Day.
And some cookbooks. Yummy.
Mm-hmm.
Adding more.
Because you can never have too much.
No.
Too many.
Too many. There we go. And there we go.
Yes, I was very unhappy with you with that book. I loved it.
Why?
Well,
Like, I know why, but why?
because
Because of things that happen. But she gets her happy ending.
I wasn't happy with it. I loved it.
I love this cover so much. It's one of my favorite covers.
Very fitting for the book.
Yeah, yeah. The choice cover, that's just hot. Where is it? That one. That one.
Oh, yeah.
That's just hot. Oh, sorry.
That's all right. And I have one waiting for my mom comes.
Hello! Welcome to another week with author E. Jamie. Likely in the beginning of this video, you will have seen that my sister and I went to the Treasures Book Fair at the Toronto Reference Library. I guess it's twice a year apparently, because they're having another one around Christmas. But twice a year they have this sort of book fair with different sort of books, kind of collectibles, antiques, and they had their fiction section was pretty small, but they had this amazing sort of pulp vintage paperback section that I would have gotten like so many more books from there, but I had set myself a limit. I was only going to spend $20. And my sister got some books too, as you'll have seen in the clip, and she also got, I've mentioned at that reference library, they also have a little used bookstore nook in there, and I introduced her to that, and recommended a few of my favorite books for her to get as well there. So I didn't get anything from the used bookstore one, because I had my limit and I was going to stick to it. God damn it. So I did. I'm going to show you like you'll get like you'll have seen like the sort of layout version of what I got there, but I'll show them to you like here in this clip as well in a second. But I also had a coupon for 50% off at one of my thrift stores close by, and I did some damage there, so I will show you what I got. And yeah, I also went to the Monkey's Paw, which is that very, very sort of collectible, kind of rare books, hard to find, that has like that sort of small section of little like sleazy vintage paperbacks, and has that vending machine with the mystery book that you get when you put in the token. So I'll show you that as well. First, I think I'll show you guys what I got from the library. So I don't... Yeah, let me show you the DVDs that I got from the library to check out. Okay, first we have Dog Valley, and that is a documentary about the 1988 kidnapping, torture, rape, and murder of a gay college student, Gordon Church. So that's going to be very serious, and that's going to be an intense watch for sure. Put that there. Next one is another documentary, The State of Texas versus Melissa. And that is first Hispanic woman sentenced to death in Texas. And she's accused of her daughter's death. So another very serious one. The next one is a movie. A Hindi? Yeah. A Hindu. Is it Hindi or Hindu? Movie, Amar Prem. want to check that out. English subtitles, so looking forward to that very much. And like it looks like a love story. And yeah. The next one is a Mandarin Chinese, set in 1930. I don't see a thing for English subtitles, so if it doesn't have it, I'm going to be sad. But I always like sort of want to try. I always want to try. The next one is Abe, featuring Noah Schnapp, Will Byers from Stranger Things, when he was a wee lad. I think this was probably, what year? 2020. Really? It was released in 2020 anyway. I'm assuming it was probably made in like probably right around when Stranger Things came out, because he looks tiny. He looks like even younger than season 1 will. So, we shall see. Yeah, looking forward to that. And it has to do with he's working with a chef. Love that. Next is Tyler Perry's Acrimony. Hell hath no fury. She's been betrayed by her husband, and she gonna get some revenge, I imagine. So that should be fun. Next is a classic, Katharine Hepburn, Alice Adams. Another classic, Cary Grant in The Amazing Adventure. And I believe that this one is, he's an heir, so he decides that he's going to get a job, an actual, he must work for 1 year without touching a penny of his soon-to-be fortune, or he has to pay $50,000. So he's determined to prove himself, and he goes out to get a job, and of course meets and falls in love with a working class girl. Next we have Clemency with Alfre Woodard, excuse me. Yeah, I've seen her in a lot of things, and she is absolutely fantastic. Next is Cloverfield, which I have always heard about this scary movie, but I've never seen it. So I might do a reaction to this one. We shall see. With October coming up. But for October, I have something else in mind that I will show you in a second. Or in a little while. The next is Escape from Pretoria with Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter, and he and another actor, Daniel Weber. The true story of Tim Jenkin and Stephen Lee, who are imprisoned in 1977. So that looks like it's going to be intense. Next one is another classic, Four Men and a Prayer. Next one is Frankie with Brendan Gleeson, Marissa Tomei, and Greg Kinnear. Next one is The Birthday Cake, and I believe it has to do with the mob. Does that... this cast, y'all. It's covering the bit, but it's... Let's see if I can read the little... Oh, goodness. I can't make out all of them, but I'm making out Val Kilmer and Ewan McGregor, who looks like he's playing a priest. And... Oh.
Testing, 1, 2.
Okay, hopefully that's the end of that. With Ewan McGregor. And I absolutely loved Angels and Demons. I love my Da Vinci Code, but I loved Angels and Demons very, very much because Ewan McGregor played a priest in that, and oh, he was just delicious. Even though stuff went down. If you haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but yeah, he looked really good in that, so I'm really looking forward to this. Next is Blackbird, with another amazing cast. We have Susan Sarandon, Kate Winslet, Mia Wasikowska, Rainn Wilson, Sam Neill, yowza. And again, these movies that I'd never heard of before. This one I had heard of, and is it Rudolph Valentino? Rudolph Valentino, yes. Blood and Sand. And I think that this is a silent movie, because I think he only did silent movies. So that should be interesting. Oh, footage of Valentino's funeral procession, which I don't remember how he died. 1922, y'all. 1922. This might be the earliest movie I have ever seen. Yeah. I wonder, would it be interesting to react to a silent movie? Maybe. If you'd like to see that, comment. Oh, the next one. I had forgotten about this movie, The Aftermath. And it's with Keira Knightley, Alexander Skarsgård, and Jason Clarke. And I believe Alexander Skarsgård plays a German. It's 1946, right after the World War. And she is married to Jason Clarke. And then Alexander Skarsgård comes along with his daughter. And they're going to be sharing a house. And I know that she ends up having an affair with Alexander Skarsgård, because that's in the trailer, and so that's not necessarily a spoiler. However, I will say that everything I've seen Jason Clarke in, he always ends up getting cheated on. I mean, Brotherhood, the TV show Brotherhood with Jason Isaacs, and Jason Clarke was in that, and he played Jason Isaacs' brother, and his wife was cheating on him. Annabeth Gish. So yeah, this will be everything I see him in, his wife is cheating on him. This poor man. It's kind of like with Sean Bean. Every movie Sean Bean is in, he dies. So really looking forward to this very, very much. I remember when the trailer came out, I really wanted to watch it, but lost track of it. Next is another classic that I've heard a lot about, but I've never seen, and it's All Quiet on the Western Front. So looking forward to that. Next is Bayou Blue, and it's about a serial killer. So it's a documentary, and I think this one's a documentary too. It's The Phantom. And frickin' Texas, I swear to God. They executed an innocent man and left a serial killer at large. So, yeah. Oh, Texas, you've done some stuff. So, let me show you, because it's closest to what I have to hand right now, the stuff that I got at the with my 50% coupon at the thrift store today, and yeah, so let me show you sort of what I got there. This is going to be a big old haul, y'all. Okay, so DVDs wise, what I got, because it was it was 50% off books and media. So at the thrift store, I got Gossip Girl season 4. Now, granted, I only have season 1. I don't have 2 and 3. However, at this thrift store, they don't always have like all the seasons, and they're kind of hard to find. So I figured while it was there, let me grab it, and then I'll eventually get seasons 2 and 3. So yep, looking forward to that. I might react to it. I might just watch it sort of on my own, but I think it would be fun to react to it. Also, I got season 3 of Nip Tuck. I believe I have season 1 and 2. I'm not sure, but I know I have season 1, and and I'd seen like a few episodes like here and there, and liked them. So I'm sort of looking forward to eventually sort of watching the whole thing. A couple of Indian sort of movies with these, I believe, have the English subtitles, and they look like love stories. He is accused of murder and nobody believes him except his lawyer, and they end up falling in love because conflict of interest, we don't know her. And this one has 2 movies in one. Oh, this one was Kasur? I think that's how you pronounce it. And this one is 2 movies in one. One is called Awara, and the other one is called Barsat. And again, they also have the English subtitles. Thank you very much. Very much like that. This one also has English subtitles. It's another Indian movie. It's, I'm gonna butcher this, and I'm sorry. Jaima Vaishnu Devi. It's a Hindi film. So the ringtone's now available on all leading mobile networks. So if you want to get the a ringtone for the songs that are in here, they got you covered. Let me get another one is another 2 movie set. It's Shadi Number 1 and Paheli, and thankfully these have English subtitles, I believe. Yes, English subtitles, thank you. And this was another 2. Oh, did I say the second one? Paheli? Yeah, Paheli. This one is another 2 movies set. It's Jodha Akbar and Halabol. So, and yes, English subtitles, thank you very much. Again, like, I'm really looking into like sort of foreign movies and international sort of movies, and that. So this one, I keep seeing the book and I keep looking at the book, And I think I remember hearing about sort of what happens. So, like, I want to read the book, but I haven't yet. And then I found the movie, The Kite Runner. And you know how I say, if there is a book to movie adaptation, always watch the movie first. Because if you love the movie, then you're 99% you're going to love the book. As opposed to vice versa. If you get the book first, you're more likely to be all nitpicky and complain and not enjoy the movie because of stuff that they cut out, or if they change things or what have you, than if you had just watched the movie and enjoyed it for what it was by itself. So I always say, watch the movie first, because you are less likely to bitch. So I'm very, very much looking forward to this. And the last movie that I got was The Ring 2. I didn't know there was a sequel. I had no idea. How have I not heard about this? Is it not because it's not as good as the first one? I like the first one. I like Naomi Watts and that creepy ass son of hers. So, yeah, very interested to see what happens in the sequel. So, at the end, I guess I just assumed that because they both decided to watch the video tape, because the kid watched it first at the end, and then you figured, like, oh, the kid's gonna die now. And so she sat and, like, watched it, like, with him. So I guess I assumed that they both died. Apparently not. But, yeah, so definitely looking forward to seeing what is this about. So that's the DVD portion of what I got with the 50% off sale. Now with the book portion, here we go. We have Penny Vincenzi's No Angel. Now, I've read Penny Vincenzi a very, very long time ago. And I don't know, like, why, like, if I just couldn't get into her or what, but, like, I love her plots because, oh my god, she does, like, these sort of epic family saga, glitz, glamour, kind of, like, books that I just, that I eat that stuff up. That is, like, my favorite genre. Next to World War II, it's the epic family glitz, glamour saga books. Those are, like, my two sort of favorite genres. It's World War II and this kind of stuff. So I decided to give her another try because this time, this thrift store had a whole crap ton, like, of her books. And I'm just going to, like, go through what I got, and a bunch of her books are sort of included in this haul. But I'm not sure about the sort of reading order. So I'll have to, like, look that up. But I know that No Angel is the first book in one of the series that she has. I think she has more than one sort of family series. But we shall see. Oh, where am I going to put you now? Let's... The next one is Something Dangerous. Next is Wicked Pleasures. Next is not a Penny Vincenzi, but it's St. Augustine's Confessions. And I've always sort of danced around this book and wondered if... Ooh, it's a little bit annotated. It's, like, highlighted and there's, like, there's like notes and stuff in the margin, which I love. I love annotated books. So yeah, I've always sort of danced around this book, and I just, yeah, because of like the sort of sexual components, I've wanted to get it, but then like I kind of worried like maybe it was like too dry or what have you, but I wanted to get it sort of as a classic, my choice of classic in this haul. So I finally decided to grab it. Next, we have The Clockmaker's Wife by Daisy Wood. It's set in 1940s London and New York present day, so it's one of those dual timeline kind of books that I just absolutely adore. Next is a Lavril Spencer that I had not heard of before, and it's Forsaking All Others. So definitely looking forward to that. I love Lavril Spencer. Next is The Last Wife by Karen Hamilton. And this one just, yeah, it's a suspense. It's a suspense mystery kind of novel. And you know how, like, I am very particular about the suspense mystery books that I get. So when we get to like the book, do the my like monthly book haul things that we do where I actually like read the back blurbs, I will read the back blurb for you for this one, and you'll see why I picked it up. Next is another Penny Vincenzi, Old Sins. Next is a Dean Koontz, The Corner of His Eye. And the final Penny Vincenzi that I got, Into Temptation. So I really hope that giving her another chance, I will enjoy her better now, but we shall see. So let me do, I went to the Monkey's Paw the other day, and because I wanted to pick up a few more of their sort of like sleazy sexy vintage paperbacks that they have. It's a very small section, but I always sort of go there, and that's where I get it. And then I do the token thing in the vending machine to get the mystery book. So this is what I got. I got With Darkness Came Desire, Good Girl by Day. And there's like book blurbs for other ones sort of in the back, which look very, very cool. You have Impatient Temptress, Reckless Maiden, Party Wife, Weekend Girl. Next, The Sex Test. And the mystery book that I got, and it's like really, really like so vintage, it doesn't even say, like it's like worn here, and it doesn't even, I checked, I have to like look it up because it doesn't have the year of publication in here. Like it doesn't. I looked, I can't find it anywhere. But it's very, very hella old, and it's A Storyteller, 40 Years in London by W. Pett Ridge, published by Hodder and Stoughton. And it's just, I thought it should be like there's pictures in it and everything, and I thought it would be a good like history sort of resource to have So yeah, I just need to like look up when it was published. So there. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what I got at the Treasures Book Fair. First, in the like regular sort of like section, I got Women Who Write by Francine Prose. An appropriate name, Women Who Write. Portraits of inspirational women writers from the Middle Ages to the present. And I recognize Toni Morrison right there, but I don't recognize the other two. But is that Anais Nin? And just Virginia Woolf and just like sort of the history of women writers, and very much looking forward to this, very, very much, as a writer myself. I found the classic Fathers and Sons by Ivan Turgenev. I don't think I found First. I think I'm still looking for First Love, because that's the one that I often hear about. But I have heard about this one as well, and it's just, I love the sort of look of it, and very classic look. And gotta love the old book smell. Love that smell. And not sure when it was published. Nope, don't know. Nope, not sure when it was published, but looking forward to reading that. And now for the fun, sort of sleazy, vintagey paperbacks. We have Berlin at Midnight by Robert Joseph. And it says it's a Harlequin book, but it's not like, I think it's like really, really like sort of early kind of Harlequin-y, when they weren't like just strictly romance, maybe. But yep, there's that one. Next is The Faro Kid by Leslie Ernenwein. Again, another Harlequin book. Does not look like usual Harlequins here that we know of. Next one is 24 Hours Leave by Renee Shan. That one is a Collins White Circle novel pocket. A Collins White Circle pocket novel. Jesus. But yeah. This one actually says Harlequin romance on it. And it's Second Best Wife by Isabel Chase. And this is more of like what I'm used to seeing the Harlequins actually look like, the vintage Harlequins. The next one just looks saucy. Negligee by Gladys Stone, an uncontrolled torrent of seething passion. Cannot wait to read that. And the last one is Kitty by Rosamund Marshall. And I think the oldest book that I have in that section is from 1937. That's 1944. 1937. This is, I'm pretty sure this is the oldest one I have. 1937. Oh, this one still has the library thing in there. 1978. 1945. 1944. 1948. So yeah, this one, Negligee, is the earliest one that I have, 1937. So those are all sort of the books and stuff that I got recently. Now we're going to get into reading updates, but first I want to show you what I thought that I had given away and left in like a free library somewhere, but no, turns out I still have it, and I'm so happy that I ended up finding this in among my many piles, because I was getting ready to like grab a few books I was going to, give to a free library, and I realized that this was still here. Elizabeth Gaskell's Ruth, my annotated copy that I was reading the first time I read it, and that I thought I gave away because of that ending, but then I regretted giving away, as I thought, because it's still like my second favorite classic. Still my second. We have not found a third, because I'm going to talk about what was the contender for the third in a second. But I'm so happy that I found it. So I'm keeping this one along with the nice version the nice sort of collectible version that I got recently that I showed in my last vlog. So I want to keep this one on my shelf as sort of like my annotated copy, and like go back and just read the lines and like my notes and yeah, so I'm so happy that I still have this. So wanted to show you guys that. DNF'd it. Because, and we're gonna get spoilery up in here, but I don't want to go too much into it because I want to save it for my wrap up. But I'll just say that throughout, like most of, I made it to a little bit past the halfway mark. Like, what was the last? $164. I made it so a little bit past the halfway mark. But, yeah, I DNF'd it because I was willing to go. Well, I'll just tell you because I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil this. I've decided because I want to save it for my wrap up, and that'll be spoilery. No, I made it a little bit past. And I was willing to accept that Heathcliff and Cathy were trash humans. Absolute trash humans. But I was willing to go with it, because it's like for like the love story sort of part of it. But stuff happens. And for me, there's a point that Heathcliff got to in regards to his son that I was just, nope, I'm done. I'm done. I am out. Heathcliff, you are a piece of shit. And just no. No. Like, everyone was right to treat you the way that they did. Because you are a piece of utter garbage. So I will stick to my movie adaptations in terms of Wuthering Heights, because I absolutely adored the Laurence Olivier Merle Oberon version in 1939 and the Tom Hardy Charlotte Riley version later on. So I will stick to my movie adaptations, and anyone who tells me that the book is better can bite me, because no, it isn't. Not by any stretch of the imagination. First of all, you get, in the movies, you get Heathcliff and Cathy's points of views. It is quite firmly their story. In the book, it's still that outside narrator that I don't like. It's the outside narrator telling the story and like being involved in scenes where Heathcliff and Cathy are, and like you never get scenes of Heathcliff and Cathy by themselves where you can actually see the romance sort of developing. You hear about, like, okay, I'm not going to get into like too much because I want to say that for the wrap up, but Heathcliff became I wasn't willing to go along with Heathcliff on any longer in the book, because he just pissed me off. So, no. What I am currently reading, I finished Resistance Women by Jennifer Chiaverini? And it was a sort of World War II. I think I mentioned that I don't think I mentioned that I'd finished it, but that I was reading it, and as I finished that, and it was about these women and sort of the lead up and events of World War II. So it was a very sort of slow build, but you get like these like 4 different women and sort of their lives kind of intersecting, and kind of as World War II is sort of about to happen, and when it happens, and when like sort of shit goes down. And there are a lot of parallels to the way people thought about the Nazis sort of in the beginning, to the way people thought about certain presidential candidates in 2016 that they thought was just a big joke, and they thought would like never happen, and nobody would ever be that stupid to vote for these people. And then they did, and then they were, and then atrocities happened. So that, like, you actually like see the events sort of slowly build, and there's a lot of parallels to current history in the last in the events of like 2016 and sort of that 2015 and that sort of like lead up. There's a lot of parallels, and still a lot of parallels to today. So yeah, I very much enjoyed that one. So finished that. I do not have a new audiobook yet, but I am currently reading, get that sort of in frame because I want to show that off. 19 Steps by Millie Bobby Brown, and I am about almost to the halfway mark, just about, like maybe like another couple of pages and I'll be like at the halfway mark. I will say I am liking the plot very much more than the writing style, and I think I would be more forgiving of the writing style if she had actually written the book. But this was, and I love that she gives credit to her ghostwriter, her collaborator on this, Kathleen, what is her name? Kathleen McGurl. The writing style reads very sort of immature to me. Like it, and well, she is, the character of Nellie is, I think, 18, 19, so I guess it should kind of read as a young adult novel, I guess. So maybe I should take that into consideration, that that's the voice that it sort of should have. But yeah, that's sort of making me think about it in another way, sort of thing, as I sort of think about it like now. But my initial like instinct was that it read like very immature, the writing style. I'm not overly fond of the writing style. Like it feels like a 19-year-old kind of wrote this, but again, maybe I shouldn't sort of think of that as a negative because the character is 19 or 18. So I'm gonna have to like rethink that now that I've like realized, sort of thought about it in that new way. But I will say, I'm loving the plot. Story-wise, it's great. It's everything that I want. It's World War II. There's a love story. I'm so very loving that. Just the writing style is not, it's just not really working for me. But I kind of might have to like rejig my brain a bit about that. Because my initial thought was, if a ghostwriter had written this, then I would have expected the writing style to sort of be more, I don't know, like just kind of sharper and like more sort of like immersive and like just more polished, I guess. Otherwise, like, I would have been more forgiving, I think I said, if she had written this herself, because she is, I think, 19? I think she's Millie Bobby Brown. I think she's 19. So I could hear sort of like her voice as I read this, which incidentally enough, she does do the audiobook version, so I might check that out. But yeah, I'm liking it, but I'm not loving it. But I think I would love it better if I put my brain into the thought that Nellie is supposed to be like 18, 19, and she's supposed to have that voice. But like I've read sort of like World War II sort of books where, like, let's say The Bronze Horseman, which I know that is a high bar to set. Paulina Simons is absolute magic as a writer. We won't talk about A Song in the Daylight. I hate that book with a passion of 1,000 fiery suns. But as a writer, Paulina Simons is incomparable. And Tatiana, in the main character in Bronze Horseman, she's like 16, I think, when the book starts. Almost 17. And it doesn't read like a YA sort of voice. But again, if this is intended to be a YA novel, then I need to sort of rejig my brain about that. So it might be a case of, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. So I'm liking it. I am liking it. It's just that the voice that's just kind of So yeah. Yeah, so that's what I'm reading right now. Now, oh, what else am I? Where is it? Okay. So I gave up on Wuthering Heights, and so I decided to start The Complete Journals of Lucy Maud Montgomery. The PEI years from 1901 to 1911. I believe that there is a earlier version of this. Like, I believe that there's an edition from the earlier years, like before 1901, I think. I need to like Google that. But I picked up this one and started it after I gave up on Wuthering Heights. And I am absolutely loving it so much. We've got Lucy Maud Montgomery, and these are like her journals from 1901 to 1911. I'm up to 1902 right now. And she's working at this, I guess, newspaper office. And it's just wonderful. And it's her voice, like her voice is the Anne of Green Gables voice. Like, just the way that she describes things, and the way that she describes nature, and just her humor. Like, I'm not even sure if I marked that, but like I'm clearly, like, I'm annotating it as well. Just this line. A dreamy, balmy spring day when a south wind is purring through the trees and the very air throbs with the pulses of reawakening life. A day when it is bliss to be alive in such a beautiful world. I mean, it's just giving me all the same, like, vibes of just that same sort of mental goodness of the Anne of Green Gables series. And just her humor in it. Like, okay. There are times when I would give much to be as carefree and blind as I was then. Only at times, though. Generally, I am sane enough to prefer clear-sightedness to a fool's paradise. Speaking of Henry, I have disposed of him as kindly as possible. Henry is this guy who clearly wants him some LMM. And she keeps trying to give him the hint that she is not interested, but he is not taking the hint. So he is constantly trying to court her. But yeah, I'm loving it so much so far. It's just making me so happy. Yeah, I'm loving it so very much. I definitely want to find the others. I want to get all of her journals. I want to get everything that this woman has ever written, because her voice is just exquisite. See, that's what I mean. Writing voice. Just, yes. Like, I am not a person who reads literary journals. I'm not. But because I love her writing voice so much, I will read them. And I will love them. And again, I will in the terms of Millie Bobby Brown in 19 Steps, I will forgive a writing style that's not top-notch for me if the plot is good. And the plot is really good in that book, 19 Steps. Really loving it. But yes, the Journals of Lucy Maud Montgomery is what I am reading right now, along with 19 Steps. This week I am going to, tomorrow I'm going to do my reaction for Supernatural Season 12, Episode 14. And I believe on Friday I'm going to do a movie reaction that will be my October movie. So I wanted to pick a scary movie because of Halloween. And I usually try and do like one movie reaction sort of a month. This one, September, I think, because Cape Fear kind of came in late because I was having trouble with like YouTube and all that. And sort of Patreon was, it was sort of giving me trouble sort of uploading. So I think we'll keep like Cape Fear as like September's month. And for October, we got a horror movie coming to you. I'm going to do the reaction for that one on likely Friday. And it's The Unholy. And it's Papa Winchester, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and Diogo Morgado, the fantastic Portuguese actor who played Hot Jesus in the Bible miniseries. The Unholy follows a hearing-impaired girl who is visited by the Virgin Mary and can suddenly hear, speak, and heal the sick. As people flock to witness her miracles, horrific events unfold. So, I mean, look at that. Yeesh. Yeah, so that's going to be what I'm sort of doing this week, recording-wise. I also wanted to mention that I finally watched the Jesus Christ Superstar NBC 2018 show. I'd wanted to see it when it came out, but I ended up not being able to and just kind of lost track of it. But I managed to grab it at the library, which I've already returned the DVD, so I don't have it to hand. But it is the one where John Legend plays Jesus. And it was fantastic. Oh my God. It was amazing. Like, everyone's performances gave me chills. Sarah Bareilles played Mary Magdalene, and her voice was just perfection. Oh my God. But for me, like, she was my second favorite part of the miniseries, or not miniseries, but of the event. Her voice, like, if we're like rating voices here, she was the second. And Ben Daniels, Father Marcus, my precious Father Marcus from the Exorcist series, played Pontius Pilate, and he freaking kicked ass. He was just fantastic. But my favorite thing, my favorite performance, favorite singer was the actor who played Judas. I think it's Brandon Victor Dixon or something around that. Like, okay, I love John Legend's voice. Oh my God. So, when I tell you that these two blew it out of the water even more for me, like, the fact that John Legend is not my favorite thing in this concert series, even though I loved his performance and it was fantastic, but if I had to rate it, it would be maybe a 3. Sarah Bareilles is a 2. And Brandon Victor Dixon, who played Judas, is the top. Oh my God, he was amazing. And Alice Cooper playing Herod. That number was just wonderfully weird. It was awesome. It was awesome. And the guy who played Peter was freaking adorable. And just the energy of the whole production was just exquisite and just so powerful, and just like, I wanted to see the Jesus Christ Superstar musical movie, and I still do. Watching the NBC concert event just made me want to watch the 1970s version even more. But oh my God, it was so good. I was blown away, completely blown away. So watch that. I cannot highly recommend. So I'm going to do some recording this week, and going to work on some more of Good Women. I might do a fan video this week. I'm not sure. I don't know if I'll have time. But I really want to do a new fan video to my Turkish drama Wounded Love for Hilal and Leon. So we'll see if I manage to sort of work that in. I don't know. But so that is going to be it, I think, for this week's video. Showed off some really awesome stuff. Very excited to get to it all. And loving what I'm reading right now. And I think that's going to be it for this week's video. Follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/authorejamie. Like my Facebook page at facebook.com/authorejamie. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!